Have you ever wondered why some people seem to demonstrate supply with absolute ease, while others toil relentlessly in the sweat of their brow, yet remain trapped in the barren desert of lack? Take a deep breath and listen closely to this truth. The difference is not found in the outer world of stocks, salaries, or physical labor. The difference is found in something the great spiritual teacher Emmet Fox called the mental equivalent. Today, we are going to lay the foundation of true, unshakable prosperity. These are not the fleeting secrets of Wall Street or the frantic strategies of the business world. These are the eternal, unchanging laws of the universe, the spiritual rules of supply. Let us begin with the foundation. The material world tells you to trade your precious hours for a salary. It tells you that physical effort is the only currency of value. But spiritual truth tells you to build assets. In the physical world, an asset is something that generates value for you while you sleep. But in the metaphysical world, an asset is something far more profound. A spiritual asset is a stabilized, unwavering habit of thought. It is a deep-seated conviction in the absolute abundance of God. If your income depends solely on your physical presence, if the money stops the moment your hands stop moving, then you are a servant to time. But Emmet Fox taught that God works through law, not through random miracles or luck. When you plant a seed of active supply in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, the harvest is absolutely inevitable. You must begin to build mental assets. You must cultivate thoughts of increase, of service, and of divine multiplication. Ask yourself this question right now. Am I the only motor of my prosperity, or have I aligned myself with the infinite current of God? When you build assets in your mind, the physical equivalents will naturally, effortlessly materialize in your world. The truly rich in spirit understand a fundamental truth. They pay God first. Now, pause and understand what this truly means. This is not a religious tax. This is not a debt you owe to an angry deity. It is a profound metaphysical recognition that God is the single, infinite source of all your supply. To tithe, or to intentionally set aside the first portion of your gain for spiritual purposes, is to make a bold declaration to your own subconscious mind. With that action you are saying, I do not fear lack. I do not hoard out of panic, because my supply comes from the inexhaustible resource of divine mind. Human fear whispers to you, pay your bills first, hoard what little you have, and then give if there is any left over. But that is the voice of poverty. Faith speaks a different language. Faith says, acknowledge the source first, and the channels of supply will never, ever run dry. When you put God first, you sever the energetic cords of fear that choke your financial channels. You open the floodgates of divine provision. Before you invest a single dollar in the physical world, before you buy a stock, a property, or start a business, you must first invest in your consciousness. Emmet Fox taught a devastatingly simple truth. You can never permanently hold in your hand what you cannot first hold in your mind. Think of the countless stories of people who win massive fortunes overnight, only to lose every penny within a few short years. Why does this happen? Because they acquired physical wealth, but they still possessed a poverty consciousness. The universal law of attraction will always find a way to separate you from money if your inner state does not match your outer bank balance. Your mind is your ultimate container for wealth. If your mental container is the size of a thimble, an ocean of divine abundance could pour over you, but you will only ever catch a thimble's worth. You must expand your container. You must study the truth of spiritual abundance. You must pray, meditate, and elevate your thoughts above the petty limitations of the material world. Transform your thinking, and you will transform your world. Because in the kingdom of mind, you do not get what you vaguely wish for. You get exactly what you are. Welcome back to the sanctuary of your own mind. As we continue our journey into the metaphysical laws of supply, we arrive at a profound turning point. We must now address how you interact with the world around you, and more importantly, how you govern the invisible forces within you. The world operates under a heavy, suffocating illusion, the widespread belief that you must endlessly struggle to be rich, that you must exhaust your physical body, sacrifice your peace of mind, and trade your very life force for mere survival. Emmet Fox taught that this is a mental toxin of the highest order. Look at the natural world. God does not struggle to move the massive stars across the night sky. The mighty oak tree does not toil in anxiety to grow its leaves. Creation flows from a place of effortless, divine power. When you believe that your physical labor is the absolute only source of your income, you immediately place a solid, immovable ceiling on your prosperity. You are strictly limited by the 24 hours in a single day. But when you align your work with divine purpose, when you stop frantically working for money and begin allowing the divine circulation to flow through you, everything changes. The Master Jesus taught this exact principle in the parable of the talents. You are meant to multiply what you have been given through divine inspiration, not merely through physical exhaustion. This is the exact point where many well-meaning students of truth stumble and fall. A single day of resentment, fear, or indulging in idle, poverty talk can rapidly erode weeks of dedicated spiritual work. You must become the fierce, vigilant gatekeeper of your consciousness. You must protect your high vibration of prosperity with the exact same discipline a banker uses to protect a vault full of gold. When the outer world speaks of crisis, you must quietly retreat into the secret place of the Most High and affirm, God is my absolute supply, and God knows no crisis. You cannot afford the luxury of a negative thought. Guard your mind, for out of it flow all the issues of your financial life. The universe is a dynamic, closed circuit of energy. It operates strictly on the absolute law of circulation. If you want more abundance to flow into your life, you must mathematically, energetically make room by letting something flow out. Think of a body of water. If water flows in but never flows out, it rapidly becomes a stagnant, toxic swamp. But a river that flows freely is full of fresh life and vitality. Retaining your money, your time, or your love out of a deep-seated fear of lack creates a mental constipation of supply. It boldly tells your subconscious mind, there is not enough, I must hoard. And your subconscious mind faithfully produces exactly what you decree more lack. Generosity is never a sacrifice. It is the ultimate, most reliable spiritual investment. As Fox often quoted from the ancient scriptures, give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is not a poetic metaphor to make you feel good. It is a mathematical certainty of the soul. When you give with genuine joy, without calculation, and without fear, you activate the powerful magnetic forces of the universe. You prove to the divine mind that you trust the source more than you trust the physical dollar in your hand. Gratitude is the open sesame of the spiritual world. It is the master key that effortlessly unlocks the heavy, rusted doors of limitation. To be actively grateful for what you have right now, no matter how small or insignificant it may appear to your physical eyes, is to boldly acknowledge that the spiritual law is already working in your life. Ingratitude violently closes the channels of supply, but gratitude expands them infinitely. But Emmet Fox taught that gratitude must be paired with something equally powerful, the vision. You must combine a deep, emotional thankfulness for the present moment with a crystal, clear visualization of your good. But here is the transformative secret. You do not see your good as a distant, hopeful future possibility. You must see it as a present fact in the mind of God. If you are building a business, see it as already wildly successful. If you desire financial freedom, feel the profound relief and peace of that freedom right now, in this very second. Jesus taught that whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Feel the overwhelming gratitude for the manifestation before it ever appears in the physical world. This is not delusion or daydreaming. This is the highest form of scientific prayer. It is the absolute, unshakable knowing that in the realm of spirit, your supply is already complete. It is waiting only for your consciousness to rise up and claim it.